real cases before a real judge.
Plaintiff Lorraine Scorich was friends with the defendant, and when Lorraine moved, the defendant agreed to rent an apartment with her. Lorraine claims on their first night in the apartment, the defendant tried to kiss her, but she rejected his advances, and she's suing him today for unpaid rent. Defendant Kyle Hollenbach insists his relationship with Lorraine was sexual in nature, and he has the text messages and pictures to prove it. Kyle is countersuing because he paid for a cat while they lived together, and Lorraine kept the cat.
All right, tell me what's happening.
I initially met the defendant when I was in college. We were friends.
When?
Probably about sophomore year of college.
I was looking for the year, but never mind. Go ahead. Move right along.
All right, and we were friends, and then we lost touch for a while. After a while, we got back together in touch, talking about how life's going and jobs. And I had informed him I was getting a job in Kentucky. I had to move there not knowing anyone. So I decided, after talking to him, he was unhappy with his current life situation in New York. So I decided to give him a chance, a new opportunity to just come on down, try to start fresh in Kentucky. I had a job lined up, and I figured he had savings, so then he could pay me the rent that we were going to split so we could save money. So I figured it was a good idea. We could save money and live together. And he was to find a job when he moved down. That was his fresh opportunity I was going to give him.
Did he find one?
No, never.
Okay. And you all lived together? How
Yes.
long?
About 3 months.
Okay. What was the agreement on the rent?
The agreement was we would pay half of the rent and then split all of the bills.
How much was the rent?
$703 a month, and his was, it would vary depending on the bills too, because we were also splitting that. So the check he wrote me every month was a little bit different every month due to the bills.
What was it like living together?
It started out awkward from day one. The first night, we watched a movie together. He tried to kiss me, and I made it clear that that was not really what I was into. I said no, and then I let it go. After that, things were still awkward. He would try to read text messages over my shoulder, ask me who I'm texting, what I'm texting about, all because I had new friends from work that I was hanging out with, and he would try to guilt trip me. Oh, you're going out? I don't get to go out? No, you don't get to go out. These are my friends. I don't have to have all the same friends as you.
So you all were never dating?
No. Never.
So when you talked to him on the phone prior to having him come there to live with you, what would be the nature of the discussion?
Just what's going on in our life,
All
things
right.
that would happen.
And no one no one demonstrated any interest in the other prior to him taking up and leaving New York to live with you?
No, no.
All right, and you invited him to live with you?
Yes. I initially met the defendant when I was in college. We were friends.
When?
Probably about sophomore year of college.
I was looking for the year, but never mind. Go ahead.
Plaintiff Lorraine Scorich insists her relationship with the defendant was never sexual, but the defendant insists it was, and he has text messages and pictures to prove it.
What do you want to tell me, sir?
The messages between us did get sexual. I have a text message here when she was talking about in the bath.
Let's see it.
The first two highlighted.
This was before you moved
Yeah,
there?
that was in January.
May I interject?
Yes.
Because
I also have some pictures she sent.
Hold on, sir.
Okay.
Yes?
well, I just got out of a relationship, and I think he was trying to play the rebound thing. I was a little bored, and I did.
You did what?
He wanted to engage in this, and I said, sure. I was out of a relationship. Why not? I'm comfortable with myself.
Why not? Because you just told me you didn't. You just told me there was never any interest.
But I was never in a relationship with him.
That's not what you said. You said you were never interested in him, and you never displayed any interest in him. So you've lied to me.
No.
What else do you want? You have.
I also
What
have
do you mean, no? You told me you never displayed any interest in him, and here you are. It was pretty
That
good.
wasn't love
It was
interest.
pretty good. I was a dirty girl. All right, let's see the pictures.
Pictures of cleavage in her lady area.
It's clear that she was demonstrating her desire or her interest in you in the most dirty manner, as using your term, dirty girl. I just got out of the bath. It was pretty good. I was a dirty girl. Just having fun. You get mad as you want to. You lied to me flat out. I don't care how you looking. Care how you looking over there like this ain't funny. It is funny. Now let's get to the rent.
I'm just suing because it was on time, prompt every month, and after I had made it clear that I was just not happy, that I wanted him to move out, so I gave him the 30 days, but instead, at the end of April, I wanted to make sure I'd given him 30 days because I had prior written out a contract.
Gave him the notice at the end of April?
Yes, I gave him a notice. I was going to talk to him verbally when he came home from Cleveland, but he was not there, so I contacted him via text. I didn't know if he was driving, so he called. We talked. I told him my reasons I wanted him out. After that, he came back in the middle of the night, 3 a.m. when I was sleeping. I had no idea he was coming back. I wasn't aware, and he's a quiet guy, and I was scared to death because he came home screaming C-word, F-word at me, and I got up, jumped out of bed, and ran away because I never known him to be violent or loud, so I was scared. So I ran to a friend's house and stayed the night, called the police. They didn't file a report because nothing really happened, but told me if I wanted him out, I could call them again and remove him at any time because he is not on the lease. He had signed a contract I made up prior to him moving. So
when did he move?
He moved out in about May 12th.
Okay, about 13 days, 12, 13 days after you gave him the 30-day notice.
Yes. But after he scared me, we wanted him out as soon as possible.
And which months does he owe for? May, and the rent portion is how much?
I'm suing for the $351.50, which was half of May that I felt he owed me.
Half of May's rent?
Yes.
Good enough. Sir, what do you say to this? What do you believe you owe, if anything?
I don't think I owe for May's rent because, like she said, I mean, she gave me the 30 days, but then when I called her the words, the next morning she had her stepfather come and threaten me to get out and said if I ever call her that again, that him and his prison guard
Approximately
friends would
what date is that?
That would have been May 4th.
He said he would bring his prison friends.
He's a prison guard.
Gotcha.
So his other prison coworkers.
Oh, but you never displayed any interest in him, and here you are. It was pretty
That
good.
wasn't love
It was
interest.
pretty good. I was a dirty girl.
Plaintiff Lorraine Skorich insists her relationship with the defendant was never sexual, but the defendant insists it was, and he has text messages and pictures to prove it.
So why don't you think you should pay for the 12 days?
Because, I mean, having to, rent the U-Haul to get my stuff out and all that.
That was your problem and your fault because you cursed her. You certainly owe for half that month. 351 divided by 50, Doyle.
What?
351.50.
Oh, I can't stop reading this.
You still reading that text about I'm a dirty girl. Give me this back. I'm a dirty little girl.
175.
All right, 175. All right, and $99 for the cost of a cat. How so?
It was because that was the the only that I got, and even that she took away from me.
So she took that.
Yeah, we bought the cat together, and so I paid for half of it when we got him. And then when she kicked me out, she kept the cat.
Ma'am, what do you say to that?
That is not true. I have all the receipts showing I paid for everything.
All right, let's see
more
it,
than my
please.
share. I paid $200 also for.
Sir, she's going to show me what she paid, she says.
I have a copy of the check from which I paid her
This
for.
is my statements
Ma'am,
from my
did he
bank.
give you any money toward the cat?
I told him he did not owe me anything
Did
for the
he
cat.
give you any money toward the cat?
$10 that was included in April's rent.
Ma'am, I have found you to be a liar earlier, and now you're going back and forth evading my questions again. I'll grant you $175 for your judgment. I'll grant you $99 for the cat.
Thank you.
And that leaves her with
76.
$76 is your judgment. Have a good day.
I don't know, they weren't about a relationship at all. That was just something that I think you came up with for having fun, since you can't get any.
She's horny all the time, and she just seeks attention, and I was her latest attention victim, I guess, in this case. So
I'm not embarrassed for my daughter to a point. She may have said those things or done those things.